Hey people, good morning and happy weekend from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today is a Friday. Friday, as usually, if you guys don't know, in Bangladesh it's considered as weekend. Friday and Saturday, usually your Saturday and Sunday. So I woke up pretty early this morning and I have a couple of episodes that I thought of doing. First episode is going to be this one. It's going to be individual review. This house doesn't have much talk, okay? This is what one thing that makes this fragrance house a little bit underrated. I have previously reported on one fragrance, not reported, I reviewed basically from this house of Shaikh Saeed, which was called Khayal Al Rim. Okay, so this is basically very close to Latafa Mahir Black Edition. So we'll see today what we have here. It's called Oud Al Hayat. Okay, I have purchased this fragrance a few days back from a page called Fragwave. They are selling only in Bangladesh, so I think it's no point knocking them for international shipping. But I think you can buy these maybe in overseas. Different sellers would have. Google it, search for it. These are affordable fragrances, but quality-wise, there are some things we have to discuss, right? So let's see what you get. Very nice presentation, big box, and all that. And I'm gonna be reviewing this fragrance now. Okay, so let's see. So the box, the price point on these is around $30. Okay, like under $30, 25, 26, depending on how much is the current rate of dollars and all. So under $30. So basically, very affordable. The box looks very, very nice. This is robust box. Okay, like Amouage or something would give. It's 100 ml EDP, which I like. Thumbs up for that. I love 100 ml. I don't like anything below that. It feels a bit stingy, and looks like a nice little woody effect. I don't know if it's supposed to be a solar system. I don't know, solar whatever it calls this thing. So maybe it looks like a wooden log or like that, and it's made in France. Okay, so it says Sheikh Saeed. So at first I thought this would be a Middle Eastern house. Maybe it is, but they make their fragrance in France, so which says it's a French company. So this one has magnet, I think, yeah, and the bottle stays in there. Pretty nice, solid presentation. I really like this. I must admit, at this price point, you don't get that much presentation, but the box is a bit big for the bottle. Bottle looks like this, simplistic, but I think the bottle looks, sorry, a little bit of dust. So this one looks simplistic, but I think looks classy and upscale. Okay, when you see this, if you see this in the picture or the images, first thing you may think it could be a very expensive fragrance. Okay, there I am, a little bit having a dull morning, and then the base, there's nothing much. So basically you don't get any sticker or anything. It's all on the box and no batch code or whatever. So the caps are a bit tough to take out. Yes, it's a bit tough to take out. The cap, it's all metal, very nice, and it has some sort of gemstone or something. I think these are just plastic. The atomizer is okay, good pressured atomizer, doesn't distribute far but shoots a lot of juice. Let's spray this on the paper and talk about it. Okay, I'm wearing something fresh for the morning. I think I'm wearing Prada L'Homme, so I don't want to mix it. So this fragrance, when I saw it, I look for information, right? Time check, sorry, it's 9 a.m. So I look for notes breakdown, some reviews. I found actually nothing much, and I think maybe there are a few more releases from this line. Let's talk about this. So as the seller, like, brother, since there is no information, is this a dupe of something? He said, I do not know, brother. It's a fresh rose unisex type of perfume. You can try. So I sort of blind bought this. It was a risk, but again, nowadays market is pretty bad. Even if you buy a cheaper fragrance, you have to really think, do you want to buy this or not? But this month, perhaps seeing the previous few months results, I think I'm going to slow down on buying. Perhaps we'll buy as less as possible. Even for creating content, I think I'm just going to stick to the list more, because business is pretty bad in Bangladesh. Like everything is slowed down terribly. So anyway, so this one, when I received it, I did not know what to expect, right? So I sprayed it. I opened it and I sprayed it, and I sprayed on my shirt and skin on my left hand. Okay, and when I did that, I was actually pleasantly surprised with that opening, which gives you this nice sort of a bergamot, like a nice lemony bergamot freshness of citrus with rose. In the opening blast, you get plenty of that, no oud, but you get this watery rose. At the same time, you get that citrusy bergamot. So it's a fresh rose opening, which is pretty pleasant. And it has some fruitiness at the background. I think there's some sort of fruits in there, maybe grapefruit or something like that, or maybe black currant or something. So there's a fruity, zesty rose freshness that hits you at first, and at that point you can tell this is like something that you have smelled this DNA before. So as it progresses, this thing becomes a little bit fresh, woody, and that point you can smell the oud, but it's not really oud dominant like agar oud or something like skanky oud, barnier sort of oud, you mostly get a freshness of rose throughout the scent with that basic woody dry down. So this is a typical rose oud combination with a sense of fruits, but the oud is kind of like a white sort of oud, not a dark oud. Okay. So at this point, let me compare this with few fragrances that I have. I didn't want to take them out because I'm feeling a bit lazy this morning. So if you know Aramis Calligraphy Rose, there was a beautiful fragrance I reviewed 6-7 years back, I think. So that was a very jammy, thick rose. This reminds me of that, but on a fresher scale, like not as thick or jammy like Sickening Point, like a jammy rose is really really thick. So this one, it reminds me of that, but fresher take on that. Okay. Another fragrance it reminds me of Mancera Black to Black. That one also is a very heavy, much heavier than this. That fragrance has cloves, I think spices, wood, and then it is very dark, sort of like a, you can say, rough and tough wood fragrance with a lot of spices. But imagine that fragrance with Mancera's typical citrus, and then the rose, much more watered down. That's the second one. Third thing I can give you example is that the Perfumer's Workshop Tea Rose. This gets close to that because tea rose is a typical tea rose scent with a very strong like a rose note, which is a little bit synthetic but very good quality, longevity wise very good. But again, this is fresher than all those three. So if you happen to like those fragrances, if you like like Middle Eastern style perfumes, like at the same time some Western fragrances which offers you maybe there's a like a green tea note or something like that, so freshness, fruitiness, zestiness, at the same time some sort of a Middle Eastern, like this delicacy, like like I don't know, not bakul, what am I trying to say, like those desserts or something they give after meal. So you taste that and it's like Arabian dessert sort of thing, but at the same time it's a wearable, and this is pretty much like St. Dupont, some of the fragrances like which has oud rose. So it's comparable to many Middle Eastern perfumes. So this is not a total unique fragrance, but performance wise, it is good. I would say solid 8 out of 10. I got about 5 to 6 hours on my shirt and skin combined. So the thing is, it's not ultimate beast mode, but its longevity wise is good. Projection is first 1 hour. So if you ask about who is this for, this is not, I would say, something for people who like their freshies. This is not a fresh fragrance. So criticism wise, this is not for people who love fruity, fresh, just citrus, or CK1 summer type of perfume, Dior Sauvage. This is for people who like a little bit of a rose play, like Mancera's Roses Greedy, if you like that, or Roses Vanille, those kind of fragrance, but more wearable. And this is sort of like unisex, like both gents and women can wear it. So it's not the most masculine scent. There's no saffron per se, there's no leather per se. So I would say this is a good fragrance for outdoors. It's very fresh, like the fresh rose, like with the stem. And you can wear this for, let's say, prayers, like going for prayers, or Ramadan that's coming. It has this holy vibe. I think perfect time to wear it would be after evening. It could be a good fragrance for dating purpose. Do not go drench yourself on this. Like, do not spray 8 to 10 times. It's going to be very, very off-putting. This is a solid perfume. I like it. I think it is pretty much wearable sort of a rose, and the oud is very much at the least dominant note. So don't worry about that. So basically, citruses, rose, a little bit of the fruitiness, and that's about it, and woodiness. Okay. So overall, I will suggest this to people who like Middle Eastern sort of perfume, want to get into Middle Eastern style of perfume, but it's not that ultimate, like how to say, adventurous sort of a high-end fragrance. But packaging, price point, when you look back, ultimately it's a very good fragrance offering. Okay, very solid bottle. If you gift it as a gift, everybody would be happy. Your office boss, if you don't have so much budget, it's a good fragrance. Overall, this fragrance, from the smell and what I'm getting, and then the versatility, the uniqueness, everything, I'm giving this fragrance a 7.5 out of 10. So it's a good house. Take a look at Shaikh Saeed. I think they make some good fragrances, but I will discover a few more to make up my mind on this house. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Let's do one more video, then upload it. Take care.